Radberg has fallen asleep at the other side of the aisle. It's a moment I was waiting for. I verified that, leaning my head slowly into that direction. He is taking up the window seat in the left-hand side. I'm here in the left side of a 3-seats row placed just in the center of the aircraft. We have left just 15 minutes ago, John F. Kennedy Airport. If I am honest, it's a relief Radberg is not seating beside me. Radberg and me, we don't have many conversation topics to talk about, although he is a nice guy and I am happy he is coming with me to Sweden instead of any other more annoying person at the office. We left Atlanta past midday. I looked down, worried, as far as my sight could reach the window from my seat. Perhaps somewhere down there in what I considered would be Chattanooga, or somewhere not too far, Granddad and Grandma would be looking at the sky. I could almost sense it. I am sure they would be proud of me. I am going to Sweden. I am crossing the Atlantic again. How many times have I done that so far? I think just a few. We had a quick stopover in New York. It was enough to prove New Yorkers haven't changed in all this time. I think I way prefer Londoners to New Yorkers. Even I may put first Parisians to New Yorkers. I quickly had second thoughts about it and realized how stupid and nonsensical that thought was. I concluded I really preferred to deal with New Yorkers than dealing with Parisians. I tried out to empty my mind. I was taking this as a holiday, although this was part of my job. For a few days I would be out of pressure, files and stuff, just taking note of different ways to work, and above all, I won't be seeing Matt and some of his gang of thugs. It's true, nobody at the agency wanted to spend a month in Sweden, and they finally pointed out into my direction. I thought on how I would at least avoid the boring everyday task at Montgomery. The agency where I work is far from being my dream job, or at least how I had imagined my profession back in the days. I honestly think this profession in a better and more committed company would take on a whole new different meaning. I always hoped the day to move somewhere looking for a better job would come. The day when I take the first step is still to come. Thinking about it brought back a kinda anxious sensation. I always suspected Victoria is acting distant with me because of my incompetence to take the first step and move with her. There's nothing I would like more, in fact, but I know things doesn't work that easy in the job market. My mind roamed over her big time since we left Atlanta. I think I was more in love with her than I could ever imagined. I got a text message from her, by the way. It said, "Tell me when you are back in the States." I replied, "I will. I miss you a lot." She replied, "I suppose me too, hee hee." Those messages confused me and upset me. Definitely she was acting as a whole different person. That wasn't the Victoria I was used to all this time. I put her on my blacklist. She drove me up the wall. I had decided that her acting was aiming to hurt me badly. Why the hell was she acting like that? What type of game was she playing to? I understood she didn't want to hear from me until I was back in the States. Probably she won't be hearing about me again, certainly. I was about to get to a point of no return. Why? Why did she remove all the affection between us? All at once? Without any plausible reason. Only a miracle could now change my mind. There's only a remote possibility: she better has an explanation for all this hurting. And I am uncertain that it could be enough anyway. I distracted myself seeing how people took up all their seats in New York once I was already boarded. My fear of dying decreased gradually, looking at the depressing faces. Routinary people in search of their routine, chasing nothing important. Nothing extraordinary. People looking for their own safe passage, looking down to phones before taking off. I checked for a moment how many people looked down to the phones at the same time. Life gained a cheap sense in my head. My disappointment with Victoria didn't help neither my impressions. Then a woman coming from the toilet stared at me, and her looking and my haunting gaze met. I saw her playing with a lock of her hair. She was sat just 2 rows ahead. She looked back again discreetly as she played with her hair. Our looks met again. I imagined things. I imagined better places to be rather than this plane. Somewhere out of pressure for sure. There were still almost 6 hours ahead to get to Heathrow Airport in London. Thank God this is a night flight and I have taken a few beers in New York. I tried to guess if that woman was British or American or from somewhere else. She didn't look back again for a while, but she kept messing with her hair and moving her head. She was beautiful. She was flying solo. She rose an strange interest in me. I felt a kinda connection with her. It was the way she looked at me. I am sure we would get on really well. Those were only sensations in my head. Thoughts of a person with too much time to think. That cheered me up. But all the roads drove to Victoria. No connection could be the connection I had with her. It would take light years. How could I be in love with her now so much? We always had fun and our relationship seemed a weekend light relationship. We never had dramas and barely told each other we loved each other. I think it was the way we satisfied each other. There was a lot of love on that. Even more love than in most couples out there. There was almost nothing between us, not a single secret when we had our little moments. Every caress was meant, was truly genuine. I remember with pity her foot over my chest as if she was about to speed up a car stepping on the gas. I know she was not herself now. She must have been going through a crisis or something. I know her, she may be in pain too. That acting gives it away. I try to comfort myself thinking on all the good times we had.